Next on Worcester News tonight, demolition set to begin at the former Worcester State Hospital to make room for a new biomanufacturing park. Plus, new trees in a neighborhood garden will help feed families in need for years to come. But first, a domestic dispute turns violent in Webster. Good evening, I'm Olivia Lemmon. Police say it started when a man walked in on his ex-girlfriend in bed with another man. Webster police say James Kelly stabbed the male victim twice in the stomach and chest after he found him with his ex-girlfriend. Police responded to Windy Ridge Road around 11 Wednesday night. Officers found the female in the street. They say she was also assaulted. Kelly fled the scene, but officers found him a short time later. He was arraigned today in Dudley District Court and held without bail. American Airlines landing at the Worcester Regional Airport Thursday, and the new service started with a full flight of passengers. Today is the first day of flights to and from Philadelphia. Massport says flyers will have access to more than 115 destinations in more than 20 countries. The first flight from Worcester to Philly left around 4:40 this afternoon.
It's just a great region of the country. So to be able to bring people in, as well as give people the opportunity to see the world, it's just a win-win for everyone, both the area as well as American Airlines.
And originally, Massport announced only one daily flight. Now there will be two. We'll have more on today's flight coming up tonight at 10. And a $2 million grant awarded to the Worcester Regional Airport will make it easier for some passengers to get onto flights. Currently, passengers have to go out on the tarmac to board flights leaving from two gates at the airport. A $2 million federal grant will allow Massport to add passenger jet boarding bridges to gates 3 and 4. Construction began last month and is scheduled to be complete by September 2019. A large state grant will allow for the demolition of a long-time vacant building. The former Worcester State Hospital site hasn't been used in years, and now a new biomanufacturing park is set to take over. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with the details. Chandler?
Olivia, the site housed the Department of Mental Health Recovery Center until 2012. The 44 acres of land have sat unused since then, but are now being repurposed. The first major phase of work on Worcester's future biomanufacturing park is beginning. A $15 million state grant will allow the Worcester Business Development Corporation to demolish the former Worcester State Hospital's main building.
This is important for creating pad-ready sites for the future industry to be developed here in Worcester.
Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito says it's a big step in a long-time vision to make Worcester a leader in the healthcare and life sciences field.
If we invent it here in Massachusetts, we should make it here in Massachusetts. And this industrial park for biomanufacturing will be a real catalyst for more opportunities like that.
Demolition will take 9 to 12 months and is said to be a complicated process.
It's a massive structure. There are a lot of contaminants in the structure in the areas of asbestos and lead paint that have to be remediated.
Kevin O'Sullivan played a major role in the vision for the biomanufacturing park. He announced this week he'll step down as the president and CEO of the Massachusetts Biomedical Initiative after 20 years. He's seen the biotech industry take off in the city.
Biotechnology and biomanufacturing, back then people wondered, what are they talking about? And this is the evolution of a changing economy.
The park will bring more than 500 jobs and expand the city's tax base. Chinese company Wuxi Biologics plans to be the first tenant.
Having a company like this Chinese company come to the United States, we're the first site they're going to build here in Worcester, Massachusetts. What's that tell you about Worcester?
WBDC says their next step is to begin a branding plan to bring future companies to the park. As for O'Sullivan, he's stepping down at the end of the year and plans to reconnect with friends and family from across the country. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
State police are investigating a serious crash in Marlboro. It happened on Route I-290 eastbound this morning. The Marlboro Fire Department says there were multiple injuries and 2 patients had to be extricated from their vehicle. In total, 5 patients were transported to the hospital. An accident reconstruction crew was on scene and a portion of the highway was closed for several hours. An attack on a student at Framingham State University is now under investigation. Campus police say the student reported while she was walking on campus Monday night, she was approached from behind by two men. A struggle ensued, but the student managed to escape unharmed. Campus police are urging people to report any suspicious activity. A city park already full of fresh veggies gets an upgrade Thursday with more than a dozen fruit trees. People who live nearby say this will help their diet and their budgets. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us now with more. Rosalind?
Olivia, people in the neighborhood work to maintain the garden and are now excited to add fruit to their plate. Winnie Octave doesn't have to go too far to get her fresh vegetables. She lives next to Grant Square Park in Worcester, where she and her neighbors maintain the community garden.
My friend and myself, we were cooking, and she came here and cut her kale and tomatoes. I made my salad with my cucumber and stuff right from the garden. That's very important.
Soon, she'll be able to pick fresh fruit, too. The Worcester Tree Initiative received a $3,700 grant from TD Bank to improve and expand the garden.
One of the biggest things that you think about in a really dense urban environment is food justice.
Volunteers planted 15 fruit bushes and trees. They hope it will help feed the neighborhood and low-income families for years to come.
For neighborhoods to be able to self-sustain, there's so many great attributes for gardens, healthy food, natural food.
We're really committed to helping to improve the urban canopy in the city of Worcester and the surrounding areas.
The garden is maintained by paid youth workers from July to August through the Regional Environmental Council.
Just being here since 2012, we've been working within this park. It's really awesome to see the evolution.
Octave's excited about the new additions, hoping the fruit will be ready to pick by the spring.
We have all our fresh fruits and green vegetables and stuff like that. We don't have to go to the market and buy it.
Now, the Worcester Tree Initiative says they are always looking for grants that will help places where trees can be planted and maintained. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The Cannabis Control Commission approving final business licenses for 2 recreational marijuana retailers. Cultivate Holdings of Leicester and New England Treatment Access of Northampton are both approved Thursday, but the CCC says sales will not begin immediately. Part of the problem is the lack of labs to test the marijuana before it's sold, and this testing is required by state law. The What a Difference a DA Makes campaign is set to host the first debate between Worcester County District Attorney Joe Early Jr. and challenger Blake Rubin. The debate is set for October 22nd at Worcester State University. The campaign, launched by the American Civil Liberties Union, says the goal of the debate is to highlight the power DAs hold in the criminal justice system. They say the debate will focus on the candidates' values and specific policies related to over-incarceration, racial justice in the criminal legal system, and other issues. The Patriot Street team joining the Worcester Railers and the Worcester Blades outside of the Fidelity Bank Worcester Ice Center Wednesday. The event giving the public a chance to meet and interact with players before their upcoming season while also having some fun. There was a prize wheel, a chance to win Patriots tickets and meet cheerleaders. Worcester Railers President Mike Meyer says it's a good opportunity for both teams to interact with the public before the start of the season.
It always has been a sports town. So, I think this latest, growth and sort of bump in the new history of Worcester sports is just the next chapter, and we look forward to being a part of it.
And the Railers and Blades will both open their seasons on October 13th.